Spanning Tree Protocol, 802.1d, and per VLAN Spanning Tree Plus all rely heavily on timers when making their spanning tree decisions. The first timer is the hello timer, and this is really important because it's how often a BPDU is sent out an interface. By default, it's 2 seconds, and remember, BPDUs are the language of spanning tree protocol. Without BPDUs, the spanning tree topology cannot be determined. The max age timer is really the lifespan of a BPDU. So by default, a BPDU will exist on a switch for 20 seconds. So one switch sends out a BPDU, when the other switch receives it, it's going to keep it for 20 seconds. If a BPDU is not received within 20 seconds to replace that BPDU, then there's something wrong with the topology. And a transition is going to have to occur so spanning tree protocol can reconverge. But if a hello is sent every 2 seconds, then we should theoretically receive 10 BPDUs within that 20-second time frame anyways. So that means if the max age timer expires, 10 BPDUs were missed. So let's say that happens. We're currently in the blocking state. 10 BPDUs are missed. Well, that means at the present time, there was a problem in the topology for 20 seconds. That's right. We stopped receiving BPDUs 20 seconds ago. So what happened to all that traffic that would have been forwarded? Well, more than likely, it never reached its destination. Because there's a problem with the layer 2 topology. But the transition didn't happen yet because that BPDU, well, we have to wait for it to expire. 20 seconds. So we stayed in that blocking state for 20 seconds. Once the 20 seconds was up, the port transitions to the listening state and spends 15 seconds in that listening state. Once it makes up its decisions in that listening state and the 15-second timer expires, then the transition to the learning state happens and 15 seconds is spent in the learning state until that timer expires, and then you transition to the forwarding state, which took a grand total of what? 50 seconds to accomplish. 20 plus 15 plus 15. 50 seconds. That's a long time. What if the port was a disabled port? For example, there was nothing plugged into the port. You plug a PC in, you plug a phone in, you plug a printer in. Or maybe you just plugged another switch into another switch. Well, that port's not in the blocking state yet, so it goes to the listening state, spends 15 seconds there, then goes to the forwarding state, spends another 15 seconds there for a grand total of 30 seconds before the port transitions to the forwarding state. That's a really long time, but that's the way Spanning Tree Protocol 802.1d per VLAN Spanning Tree Plus behaves.